Sometimes in life, things may not always go your way, but you have to adapt to it, which is the same thing that we are doing on the mats all the time. I feel that like my training in BJJ really has helped me a lot as a nurse because it gives me this focus, it gives me this mentality that I have to have a game plan whenever I step onto the ward every single day. My name is Jonathan, I'm 26 years old this year and I work as a registered nurse in Khoo Teck Puat Hospital. When I was 13 years old, I was admitted into KK Hospital High Dependency Unit and I stayed there for 5 days. I contracted this brain infection called acute disseminated encephalomyelitis. It's a brain infection which caused paralysis. So I was basically paralyzed from the chest downwards and I had required a ventilator to survive. When I was lying down there in the bed, I thought to myself that if I had passed away, I wouldn't have achieved anything in my life. I made this promise to myself that if I were to survive through all this, I would spend my life trying to help other people the same way that the doctors and the nurses and all the allied health professionals tried to help me. It was quite a tough time for me and my family because I basically had to learn a lot of things again, like how to walk, how to put on a shirt, how to move around. And I was a very athletic person in the past, but after this incident, I sort of stopped being very athletic. But it gave me the drive to want to help other people, and ever since then, it was a straight road for me towards healthcare. My occupation is often very tough because you meet a lot of very unexpected situations that you never thought you would expect. Suddenly a patient deteriorates, family relative gets angry, things like that. And these are things that you don't get training for and you have to adapt on the spot to be able to handle the situation. And I feel that my training in BJJ really helped me a lot in this aspect in my job. My main inspiration for martial arts came from my dad. He has been a martial artist for over 40 years. When I was young, he used to tell me how important martial art is in developing yourself. He would say that, Jonathan, because your body is very small size, Jiu-Jitsu will definitely suit your body size. And so it's always been like a lifelong thing for me to want to learn Jiu-Jitsu. After that, when I came out of my national service, I wanted to join BJJ gym in Singapore and I came across Evolve. So I decided to come here to learn BJJ and I've never looked back ever since.
Jonathan training at Evolve like few years already. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. One thing I really like Jonathan, you can see during his training, he never cut the corner, he tried to do everything right. He does a lot of class, like sometimes he comes for like Jiu-Jitsu, he does warrior fit right after, so he's a very hard work.
If there was one word that I could use to sum up Jonathan Lim, it would be effort. I always remember several years ago when he started the Warrior Fit class, and I remember seeing him for the first time as a new member thinking he's quite a physically small person. He's not going to be that strong, like I'll have to be careful not to push him too much. I had all these stereotypical ideas about what like somebody physically small would be like. And then when he actually started doing the class, it stood out pretty much straight away that physically he was one of the smaller guys there, but the amount of effort he put in was something that shone above the rest of the class. So although he was physically smaller, he put in so much effort that you could tell that he was training for a purpose.
Firstly, of course, physically, I feel that I'm more fit than before I joined. Like I mentioned, I wasn't a very athletic person after the incident, but joining Evolve helped me to pay a lot of focus onto my fitness. With each lesson and each training that you encounter, you just grow stronger. One thing that really struck me when I came to Evolve was the culture here. Like everyone was very motivating towards each other and the instructors here are very knowledgeable, and I like the fact that they bring to the gym different experiences. They have trained at the highest level of competition in their field and they know what it's like to journey from a beginner to a professional athlete. And a lot of times, this is the kind of expertise that you can't acquire anywhere else.
Jonathan, his BJJ is amazing, everybody say he's very strong for his size. He has to do the right technique, just make sure it work. The timing is there, he trained very hard. It's great to have a guy like Jonathan on the mat, as a student.
Jonathan Lim needs to stop training because he's making everybody look bad. No, seriously, Jonathan just needs to continue doing what he's doing because he's a shining example of breaking through limits, and he exemplifies the fact that limitations only exist in your mind. Your body is capable of so much more. If you believe you can do something, you'll find a way to do it.
First of all, I'd like to thank all the wonderful instructors here in Evolve. I really appreciate the fact that all of you are able to share your knowledge with me and really encourage me and motivate me, take the time to go through the techniques with me. I would not be here today if not for your guidance. To all the wonderful people in Evolve and those who I met along my journey here, thank you so much for always helping me and for making this journey so awesome. And I feel that like without them, I will not be at the level that I'm of training today. My dad is always telling me like it's always going to be tough, it's always going to be hard, but the key about martial artists is that you don't give up and you always push through. I really appreciate having someone who is so seasoned in martial art to always be close to me and give me that kind of encouragement that I need. Martial art is a very long and very complex road, but it's a road that will give you a lot of benefits. It will definitely make you stronger, a much better person at the end of the day.